All right. This particular star, called Star Agatha, is made with 2 pieces of paper. These particular ones are 6 inches square. All right. The 2 pieces are folded absolutely identically. So you can see this one is already prepared. And then I'll take you through the steps. We're going to start with the non-dominant side up. All of the creases that we're going to do on this side of the paper will be valley folds. So we're going to bring the outside cut edges together evenly and crease the paper across the center. Open the sheet and bring the other pair of sides together and crease the paper. Then we'll open the sheet again and we'll do both diagonal axes. Now, lay your paper down and we're going to bring the cut edge that's parallel to the center crease into the center and crease the paper. So bring the cut edge up to the crease. Crease the paper. Bring the opposite edge into the center and crease the paper. And we're going to repeat this step with the top outside cut edge and the bottom outside cut edge. I'm going to rotate my sheet so it's easier for me to see the creases. Bring the outside cut edge into the center. All right, now we have a 4x4 grid of creases on the inside of the sheet. We're going to fold the page in half on the crease that we made earlier and bring the edge back This is just to facilitate the ease of closing the piece together. You can do this without creating these creases, but this makes it a lot simpler. Returning to the inside of the sheet, you will notice that there are 4 blocks here in the middle of the paper. We're going to close the paper up, leaving those 4 squares in the center as the bottom of the base. So bring in the outside row of paper and let these 4 squares simply sit on the top. So the 4 squares that constituted the bottom are flat on the table, and we have the 4 floating squares on the top. We're going to petal fold the cut edges on each one of these floating squares. So bring the cut edge into the center of the flap and crease the paper. You're going to do that on both edges of each of the 4 squares. That's the petal folds completed. The tips above the flaps should have a crease right at the top edge of the flaps. This will just facilitate opening the paper up in the next step. So simply fold this triangular portion down against the top of the flaps and crease the paper. Now, the petal folds are going to be reversed to the inside of the floating square. We're simply going to use the crease lines we created when we made the petal folds and extend it into this long diamond shape. I do that on the other 3 points. So we unfold the 2 edges. We lift the top sheet up and allow the paper to close in on the creases that we created with the petal folds. And the paper will come into this long diamond position. Once you've completed the second unit, you are ready to fit the 2 units together. One will remain face up and the other one will turn over. Turn the piece, rotate it, so that the points are between the legs of the one that will be the top. And simply fold the triangle tip down over the paper between the points. And that gives you the completed Star Agatha.